How did I start my sourdough journey? That's a very good question. It was a very long journey for me. I started maybe 6 years ago. In the beginning, it was like just going flat as a pancake on my countertop. My husband was asking me to make him some sourdough bread because he found some health benefits about it. He had a lot of digestive issues. Sourdough bread is a fermented bread. So after doing a lot of research, we figured out that sourdough bread is super healthy for you. It's helpful with digestive system. Sourdough bread, the lactic acid bacteria are also responsible for increased antioxidants in sourdough bread compared to any types of bread. No bread in the stores will give you this. They will not give you the antioxidants that your body needs or the lactic acid bacteria. Antioxidants protect your cells from damage that can cause serious disease such as cancer, heart disease, Alzheimer's disease, and more. Also, it contains bifidobacteria, which is really good for your gut. And so I started making it, and I had no one. I didn't have Facebook. I didn't have Instagram like I do now, where I can find people that can help you with your sourdough journey. I didn't have any of that, so it took me about a few years to finally learn how to make a good loaf of bread.
Have you had success selling your bread?
Oh, yeah. That was a huge demand selling my sourdough bread. And I've seen so many people on Instagram that have micro bakeries right out of their own kitchen. But when I was selling it, I just did it on a small scale. And I would probably get like, I don't know, 10 people per week. So the sourdough process is actually not that scary as it seems, because people think, oh, I don't have time for sourdough, or I don't have 2 days to spare on one loaf of bread. It's actually very small amount of hands-on time that you actually need to put into it. You first initial mix is maybe like 10 minutes, and then every 30 minutes for the next 2 hours, which when you become an expert, you can even skip those stretch and folds. But in the beginning, you definitely need to do those. Yeah, very minimal hands-on time, and then shape it, leave it alone again, and then bake it. So even if you're working, if you're a stay-at-home mom, or if you're working night shifts, it's all very doable. I have a few beginner recipes of how to start your first loaf, very basic instructions with no special equipment. So a lot of people say that when you're making sourdough bread, you don't need to go see a psychologist. And I can 100% agree with this, because bread therapy is a real thing. Like touching that dough, just doing the dough is just very calming and very therapeutic. Our moms and our past generations all have memories of their grandmas and moms making that big loaf of sourdough bread. Or sourdough doesn't have to be just sourdough bread. It can be pretty much anything. You can make any pastry with it, or rye bread, pizza, dough, just about anything, and add that healthy benefit to your foods. Yeah. I also have a free ebook on my blog that has ingredients and instructions and a few reasons of why you need to do sourdough bread. So if you're interested in that, my link will be in the description box below. It's completely free, and you will get the ebook straight to your email